Teachers, what's the funniest way a kid has ever tried to impersonate their parents? I was grading at 11:48 p.m., the sacred hour when caffeine stops helping, and you grade with vibes. My inbox pinged, and there it was. A block of blue Comic Sans like a middle school PowerPoint trying to sell me vitamins. First line, and I swear I am not paraphrasing. Read, "Hi teacher, it is me, the mom. And I forgot to tell you that my son did not do the homework because he was very busy with choris. Yeah, choris. He put the comma inside the sentence like he got scared of it. I already knew which kid this was because he is the only child on earth who types you like it is a scholarship. I scrolled to make sure it wasn't a prank from a colleague, but no. It was formatted like a ransom note from Microsoft Word 2003. Then the second paragraph hit me so hard I had to set down my pen. Also, my son is very smart and handsome and you should give him an extension because he is a good boy. The confidence was glowing like a nightlight. I checked the email header out of habit. Display name, Tyler's mom. Actual address, professionalskipperemail.com. If the address had tried a little harder, it could have been believable. Instead, it sounded like he files taxes under a gamer tag. There was a signature block. It said, warm regards, parent. Regard. No actual name. No relation. Simply parent. I sat there debating whether to reply like an anthropologist. Instead, I did what teachers do when the universe gives you a teaching moment wrapped in glitter and chaos. I took a polite screenshot, cropped the name, printed it, circled nothing, and placed it into my folder titled, We Will Learn Today. I did send a reply, because I am a responsible educator with a flair for kindness. Thank you for your message. I wrote, please have Tyler stop by in the morning to discuss an appropriate plan. No accusations, no drama, just the faint scent of consequences warming in the oven. In less than a minute, I got a new message from the same account. Subject line, okay, body. She says okay. Then a follow-up. I say okay as the mom. Then another, I am the mom. He was terrible at lying. I closed my laptop like it was a haunted book and went to bed smiling at the ceiling. Morning came with the smell of dry erase marker and the sound of teenagers pretending they do not know where their backpacks are. Before first bell, I pinned the printed email on the projector. Every detail anonymized except the fonts and the ideas. The slide title said, an excellent example of what not to do. I read the message out loud, deadpan, like a solemn reading of the Constitution. Hi teacher, it is me, the mom, I began. And every student turned toward the board like meerkats. By sentence 3, the room was trembling. Someone whispered, no way, which is student dialect for there is a way and I have seen it. I said, class, sometimes our loved ones email teachers about homework, and that is fine. However, we should aim for correct tone, accurate identities, and real email addresses that do not claim to be the mom while also calling yourself the best student. Half the room pivoted in unison and pointed at the same person like a chorus. Tyler froze as if his desk had filed for divorce. He turned a shade of red, typically reserved for cartoon thermometers. He pulled his hoodie strings until only his eyes remained, peeking out like two guilty doorbells. Guys, I said, palms up, doing my best to be Switzerland. This is anonymous. 3 hands shot up to debate the definition of anonymous. A kid in the back asked if Comic Sans counts as evidence. Another asked, is chores spelled with air quotes now? Tyler raised his hand without looking up. His hoodie muffled the sound. It was my mom, he said, which would have been brave if the printed email had not ended with, okay, bye from your best student. Tyler. I let the silence do push-ups. A few seconds later, he tried again. My mom just typed what I said, he said, which is a fascinating legal strategy. I said, that can be true, but your mom's email appears to be your username, which is interesting. A polite wave rolled through the class. Someone whispered, this is content, which worried me spiritually. I said, we will not roast, we will learn, and we will discuss how to email like an adult. Then I did a quick mini lesson on subject lines. Greetings, and the shocking power of spelling out the word you. We practiced a template. We role-played a fake extension request with actual reasons like illness, sibling babysitting, and the existential dread of printer jams. I ended with the slide. Final tip, do not sign from her best student, Tyler. The room erupted, then settled, then waited to see if I would bring the gavel down. I raised an eyebrow at Tyler as gently as an eyebrow can be raised. Do you want to try this again with your actual grown-up voice? I said. He nodded, and shuffled up with a piece of paper like it weighed 400 pounds. He read, Dear Mr. K, I did not finish because I had basketball practice and I did not plan my time well. May I turn it in tomorrow lunch for partial credit? Thank you. The class matured 3 years in one sentence. I said, yes, because mercy teaches more than detention on days like this. He exhaled like a balloon surrendering. We moved on to the lesson on rhetorical appeals, while his shoulders slowly deflated back into human shape. As the bell rang, a kid from the front row leaned into the aisle, and stage whispered, bye, Mom. The door opened, half the class chorused it, and without meaning to, I did too. See you tomorrow, Mom.